Now, oh, I haven't actually spoken all day, so I probably should have had a drink before I did that. Can you hear my? Can you hear this? By the way, I thought I've got my microphone in a different place, so I don't know if you can actually hear me. So I'm not gonna do anything until I have confirmation. Okay, it doesn't look very. There we go. Does that sound okay? I'm basically just sort of watching the chat now. And then deciding, okay, everyone's saying hi. But, oh, look, someone already sent me a super chat. Thank you, Michael2K, who sent me $2. And he says hi. Hi, I've already forgot his name. Michael2K. Please have my children, and sent me another $2. I mean, it's gonna cost more than $2, $4, I guess, technically, for me to have your children. It's at least $7, to be honest. Okay, people are saying the sound is good. God, the chat's going very fast. I can't read everything. 500 viewers, nice. Okay, everything's going too fast? We'll just let the chat settle down. So, I actually can't remember the exact parameters. I was like, shit, I should probably check. Oh, sorry. Heck, Christian. This is a Christian live stream. How do you use Reddit again? Where's the Kerbal Space Program subreddit? Here we go. Okay. So the challenge is a weird one. So I've done this professionally now, right? I've actually got like my phone like with the chat constantly. So if I minimize everything, the chat doesn't go away. Okay, let's see. We're going to the challenge is to assemble a craft in LKO and then fly it to Duna and back in 5 launches. But the catch is you can't send more than 2,000 kilos per launch, which isn't a lot. So that's the challenge. That's what we're doing. Okay. Well, that's I haven't thought this face cam through, have I? There we go. That good. Let's try and if I do that and slide. There we go. Beautiful. Maybe it needs to come up a little bit. There. So now it's just the mic. Let me just move the microphone. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Please make a mothership class spaceship. No, we're building a Duna. Sorry, I lost train of thought completely. We're building a Duna ship. The challenge was to make. Yeah, so we're gonna make a lander, and it's got to weigh less than 5 tons. I think that's a good place to start, and then we'll kind of work from there. I've already realised I'm leaning forward too much. I'll just move that. Oh, no, I kind of just sit like that normally. So this is good. I think it's not. It's terrible, but whatever. You guys are used to this quality at this point. Okay, so I actually have this mod installed for an episode of Blunderbirds. I had to have a mod compatibility issue, so there's a few modded parts, but we're going to be doing this all in stock. I guess do that. How much does that weigh? So basically, the most we can send into orbit is this. No, it's not. It's actually this. Is the most we can. Oh, we can actually send a little bit more. About that. Slightly less than this is the most we can send in one launch. So let's see. To ascend from Duna, we need like. Whoops. Let me just put the Windows lock on. To ascend from Duna, you need about like 1,600 meters per second of delta V. So let's see. Oh, I got a Michael2K sent me another super chat. Can you say Brendan Fowler is a cool noodle? No, I will not say that Brendan Fowler is a cool noodle. So I'm just going to build something and then we'll just see if it's over the mass limit. So we've used half the mass so far. And that's probably... Oh, we're not actually there yet. And this has actually got enough fuel for Duna. So let's see. Mass 1,700. So again, for those that aren't aware... Actually, what we're going to do, I'm going to update the description. We are doing this challenge. And then I'm going to link the Reddit challenge. Okay, the description now has the challenge. So yeah, people are asking me. So Adam someone, it's gone already, but he asked me what challenge you're doing. It's in the description now. If it's not there yet, it's because YouTube hasn't updated it yet. Wow, we're up to 600 viewers now. That's pretty nice. Okay, so now we just need some. We don't need monopropellant, or we can shave a lot of mass off there. And then we'll add a docking port. Whoops, just the one. And then we'll add. Oh, what's your opinion on flat Kerbin? Is that a mod? I don't know. I don't really have an opinion. I mean, the Earth is flat, so it makes sense that there would be a mod that makes Kerbin flat, right? So mass. Oh, we're still well within budget for the mass. So we could actually add more fuel. Now we're over the mass limit. So what we're going to do, we could probably just have the one battery, to be honest. Not that it makes any difference whatsoever. Okay. So we're just going to deplete the fuel gradually until we're within mass budget. There we go. So that's pretty good. I mean, we could save a bit of mass by just having 3 landing legs, to be honest. Oh, look at that. Now we can probably fill this up. Oh, no, we can't quite. We can't quite. How about we just did this? 2 solar panels. No, doesn't make any difference whatsoever. We'll have 4. So we can't really go much lower than 3 landing legs. Oh, in fact, we can. We can do this. No, that was a stupid idea. Landing. I don't know. What is that? Oh, that's cool. Like I say, I've only just installed this mod to make a Blunderbird save compatible, so I don't actually know what half these parts are. Oh, Creeper Studies, sorry. Studies. That's the plural for studios. Sent me some money. Thank you. I won't be starving tonight, children. Okay. How can we shave this? I mean, we could save a lot of weight by just having a... was Apollo just a Hollywood movie, or was it real? Was it a Hollywood movie? I mean, there was Apollo 13. Was there actually a Hollywood movie about the moon? Probably, but it would have been a B movie. Now. So where are we doing? How are we doing for mass? Oh, we need to shave 33. But I don't really know how. I feel like this is pretty bare bones. I mean, I guess we could... I mean, like, yeah, getting rid of the batteries does nothing. So I think... I don't think we can shave this much further, to be honest. We'll just do this. Oh my god, 2 kilos. Right, well, we can definitely shave off. We'll have just the 2 solar panels. Maybe add another one. I say what, we'll have 2 at the top like that. And that would be fine. The mass, well within budget. And can we bring that back up? No, we can't. Oh well, whatever. That's pretty good. I mean, I don't know why I'm getting... Oh, in fact, it might be helpful to have a parachute, mightn't it? Damn. What's that going to do for our mass? Oh, not a huge amount, to be honest. But, I mean, we can probably land it like this. So there we go. That's going to be the lander. So now we're going to do a test flight of it. Make sure the monopropellant's drained. Yep. Okay. Again, people who are asking what the challenge is, it's on the description. Okay. So because this is like a test, we're just going to put ourselves in Duna orbit. Duna, I don't know, like 5, and then we'll just set the lowest orbit we need. There we go. Right. So I'm gonna try and do this sort of inefficiently. So then when we do this for real and we're actually trying to be efficient, we know we'll have enough. Let's see, I want to have like at least 2,000 units for the ascent. Units of delta V for the ascent. So there we go, we're on a collision course now. So we'll just test 1, I guess. And down we go. Beautiful. What am I drinking? I'm drinking the finest Plymouth water. It's vodka, it's vodka. No. Okay. Matt is your real name Door and last name Matt. No, actually. Remove starting electricity and it will reduce your mass through E equals MC squared. I don't think that's how it works. I mean, literally removing the batteries had no significant effect, so... Oh god, this is very painful. I'll go just induce some rolls. We should have like a B plot for these live streams, so whilst boring stuff is happening here, we can like tab to like Cuphead or something and just play that. Though this is actually a good opportunity to read any super chats that I might have missed. But I don't think I did miss any. No, I didn't. Phew. Hey, if you guys want to send me a super chat, now is your time. But I'm going to try and focus on reading the actual chat. It's very hard to pick. I am reading all the chats, but I'm just like, it's very hard to pick. Explain thrust to weight ratio. Oh yeah, so actually, Lava Bob 2000 raised a point. I started talking about it earlier, but then I stopped for some reason because that's just what I do. I'll like go on a tangent and then not address it. I thought about doing a service bay with a lawn chair in it, or even just a command chair. But I don't know, it just looks a bit dumb, doesn't it? I like having a degree of realism in my ships. And so I kind of wanted to, I kind of feel like it's a little bit silly to just have a chair. Like, I guess it's not. I just prefer having a command module. I think I might have messed this up. I was talking too long. I was answering questions too long. Oh well. Rest in peace. I realise there's actually no sound, is there? Let's sort that out. Nope, that's the Steam volume. Where's Kerbal Space Program? There we go. Do let me know. Do let me know if the volume's too loud for the game. There you go. You heard the thing go. So at what point did I start burning last time? So you gotta try and do a suicide burn, right? That's the objective. Whatever. I want to land somewhere fairly low down because, again, I want to be doing this mission kind of inefficiently during the practice run. So when we do this for real, we know we'll have enough. And it is going beautifully well. So like I say, I want to be able to have like 2,000 meters per second of delta V on the surface. I mean, that's way overkill for what we need, but I don't know, it just gives us some nice wiggle room for when we're doing the rendezvous with the mothership. And there we have it. And it's as simple as that, folks. It's quite a nice little lander design in a way, isn't it? I quite like the way that's come out. There we go, and there's our flag. There's one for the... Oh, my computer's storage is low. Why has that suddenly happened? Is OBS saving this as a video? No. Control, what's it, E? Why is it not? Oh, it's because I've got Windows lock, haven't I? I was thinking, Control E should open my PC, surely. I've only got 172 megabytes of space. What just happened? Hang on. Intermission, everyone. Wait, I'm just going to quickly solve this before my computer commits suicide. Enjoy this ad. Right, you haven't got ad block, you bastards. Right, sea cleaner. It's probably just some thing, I don't know. Run cleaner. Hopefully this doesn't crash the stream. Don't want to close Google Chrome. Ah, so I removed 300 megabytes. Sorry, what has just happened? I'm really confused, actually. I had like 30 gigabytes on it yesterday. What suddenly occurred? I might just figure it out later. Hang on. I'm having to play another ad whilst I figure this out. Okay. Should we just go to... I mean, this is quite a nice image on the screen for you to watch. Does OBS just automatically... I thought... Settings? Where's the thing that... Oh, here we go. Ah, so it's saving it into video. Let's open my videos. Is OBS saving it all in here? No, it's not though. So why is my hard drive suddenly filled up? What could it be? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll just move like off the hook. Like off my hard drive for now, and then I'll figure it out later. Let's just move my Planet Coaster series, which is like 32 gigabytes. Right, that's just doing it. That's 8% done. All right, we're back then. Hang on, let's just get the live dashboard back. So, intermission is over. We've lost a few viewers, but it's fine. Right. So there we go. Flag success. There we go. And we'll take, whoops, we'll take a shot for the thumbnail. Let's get Jeb to... There we go. Godspeed. But because we technically cheated to get here, we gotta take that flag down. But hey, we can do a quick thing. I can now update. Oh, I can't be bothered actually. I was thinking about updating the thumbnail for this video with that shot we just took, but whatever. I wonder if we can get back in without the jetpack. We can. I'm just that good. Okay. So let's just take off. Probably a good idea. And now I'm still not actually sure. Oh my god, someone sponsored my channel. Wait, I need to concentrate and then I'm going to give this my fullest attention. Hot tips. I'm gonna acknowledge you in a second. I want to do it justice though. So yeah, we like have enough fuel easily. Oh, how much fuel did I have on the surface? Can anyone tell me? Okay. Not fuel, sorry. What was our altitude on the surface? Whatever. Oh, we're flipping. This is probably a good ascent profile, right? I don't know. I mean, we have like a... we got too much fuel, really. Too much. Oh, we're losing it. We're losing it. Let's just hold it like at this sort of angle. If anyone's sending super chats, I've kind of got my phone screen underneath my monitor so I can kind of see the chat at all times. Because like before, unfortunately before, I always had the chat on this monitor here. So it meant that when I was playing the game, I couldn't really... But now I've got my phone here with just the chat. I can kind of acknowledge it more. But during trying times like this, I still have to kind of concentrate. Right, there we go. So we've got a really high altitude there. We've got 300 meters per second remaining. And it's probably not going to be enough looking at that apoapsis. I don't think I did a very good ascent. We haven't got enough. Whoops. Alright, hang on. How am I so good at KSP? Well, I mean, this was just a testament that I'm not actually that good at KSP. Let me just... we need to look into this sponsorship thing. Hot Tips is a sponsor. What does that mean? I remember reading about this. New sponsor. Welcome Hot Tips. Oh my god, I nearly pressed report. Well, Hot Tips. He's in my Discord. In the description if you want to join. Thank you. I think it's like it's like a Patreon thing, isn't it? This is really bad that I don't know. It was a while ago when I set it up, and I thought that's a good idea. But thank you, Hot Tips. How does this work? Do I give you a present now? Okay. Right. After that, where's the chat's crashed on my screen? How are we doing for space? Okay, we've cleared of a nice amount of space on the hard drive, so that's all good. No, go away iTunes. Let's just get everything back the way it was. Quality content right here. Okay, here we go. Take 2. So 2,400 now. We need to put it somewhere lower down, just in case. And I guess we don't. I need to find like the Midland Sea. That sounds like it would be low down, right? Whatever, close enough. Right, remember, just 2,400. Alright, let's go. It's a monthly enough. Yes, I think it's like a Patreon thing, isn't it? But for YouTube. So thank you, Hot Tips. I never really sound how to say these sort of things without sounding insincere, but I do mean it. So we're gonna try and ascend again. I mean, it's not the most aerodynamic capsule. Granted. Thing is, I still don't. I go to Duna so infrequently. I don't really know what the most efficient ascent profile is. Same with Eve. I feel like we're probably burning too fast though. I reckon this is a good speed because we're just looking at our time. Is my cursor visible? Yeah. Time to apoapsis is still increasing, and we're still accelerating. So this is probably a good pace. We don't want to burn too fast because then we're just wasting all our fuel fighting the air resistance. I think. I don't know. Does anyone else play KSP in the chat? Oh God. Okay, recovered. This is fine. Okay, so I'm going to just raise our apoapsis to be higher than it really needs to be because, again, I'm trying to do this kind of inefficiently because that means that when we do it for real, it will definitely work if we manage to make it work through a really inefficient flight. Okay, now we have way too much fuel. So it's kind of goes to show that if at first you don't succeed, just quick load and do it again. We're in space in 3, 2, 1. There we go. Okay. It's going to be 30-second burn. So what you do is you take your burn time, cut it in half. So in this case, 15 seconds. And that means that we burn 15 seconds before the maneuver node. There we go. Boom. You can see our fuel levels there. So we've got loads of fuel remaining. Easily enough. And we have 300 meters per second of fuel to do our rendezvous with the mothership that isn't here yet because we've not built it. So, whatever. We'll just quickly land it at Kerbin. That was probably a bit too, I mean, like 500 maybe? There we go. There we go. I mean, it's not... As long as we survive the landing, I just don't want to kill Jeb. There we go. Beautiful. Why you don't use command chair? I don't like the command seats. I just feel they're a bit unrealistic. I mean, they have a purpose. I don't think I've ever used one, actually. Have I ever used a command seat in a video? I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, I am planning a video which would require them. It's like a dual 5 SSTO. And obviously, for that to work, I'll have to use command chairs for that. But I don't think up until this point I've actually used a command seat. No, I don't. Oh, I have actually. For the Tylo SSTO video. Right, so that's... Whoops. So that was the lander. That's all done. Now we just need to come up with the mothership. So, let's see. How much fuel does it take to get to Duna? It doesn't take much. Let me check this. I don't know. Maybe like 600 meters. I really don't know. Like 600 meters per second from LKO to get to Duna. So let's see. We'll just build the ship and then we'll figure out how we're going to split it apart. So how much... actually, no, what we need to do is this. Duna lander. And then Duna ship, I guess. Okay, whoops. So we're going to build out our craft now. So let's see, that's the lander. It makes sense that goes on the end. Actually, let's just... We need to figure out, because we're going to have a lot of launches where we just launch a fuel tank. So what is the limit of how much fuel we can launch to add to our ship? And then we'll work out what to do from there. So at its most basic, we have this. How heavy is this? Okay, so we're doing all right so far. Let's add another fuel tank. Mass. That's now overweight. So how about this? This is underweight. That's overweight, but only just. Still just. Oh, still only just. Okay, well that's about as close as we can probably get it. I mean, that's 18 units. Oh, this is 27 units. So what? So actually it makes more sense to do it this way. So then we've got 50 units of fuel mass to, I don't know. What can we do with that extra fuel allowance? Add some science, maybe? Oh, 2 kilos over. Not that one, then. We can do the others, though. Thermometer. Yeah, we'll figure something out. I mean, how much does that command probably? Okay, loads. We're losing views. We are. Oh, guys. Still just. Okay. I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to figure out if we can get any more fuel. Like, I basically want to get the absolute. So let's see. How much fuel do we have there? 153 units. But if we did this. 159. 156. 153.9. Was that 153 dead? Right, so this is actually the better way of doing it. Oh, someone sent a super chat. Coops just sent me £1 but didn't write a message. Thank you though, Coops32100. Thank you very much. Now, one of the challenges of this mission is obviously we can't use the nuclear engine to get to Duna because like that, how heavy is that? I think the nuclear engine is like more, yeah, the nuclear engine is more than our total allowance per launch. So how heavy is this? 0.5 tons. So I reckon the Terrier is probably a good engine to go for. So this can be one launch here. So let's see, fuel tank. So that's one, and then we'll just kind of, I don't know, add a piece. Doesn't really matter what. Well, let's see, how much does the... We'll just add this, just to set it as the root part. And then we'll make a sub-assembly. There we go. So fuel bus or something, I don't know. Okay, then we'll open Duna ship. Don't save. Duna ship. There we go. And then obviously we'll rotate, and then we'll add the fuel bus. So this is a 5 launch challenge. So we're going to disable crossfeed just for this bit. So let's have a look. So if we did this, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 launches. But don't forget that we have to add an engine. So how much does that fuel tank there weigh? 0.5. So if we get rid of that, put that one back and then add a Terrier, we're at, oh yeah, so we can actually fully fill this little tank here for that engine stage, and there we go. That's a pretty good. So mass, I mean the mass obviously needs to weigh less than 10 tons. So yeah, we're fine. So let's see, delta V, that's what we're looking for. So delta V for the Terrier stage, which is stage 1, 3,063. So what is it, like 1,000 to leave Kerbin, about 500 to get to Duna. So we have enough easily now for our mission. Don't forget we have another thing. What was I trying to say? We have another launch available to us. So let's just see. Save and continue. So now we'll actually make the engine stage properly, so we can get to the absolute bleeding edge of what we can do. Oh, mate, do you work for Babcock in Plymouth, please, Ans? Oh, I don't know what Babcock is, so no, I'm afraid. But thank you, Epic Concord, for the donation. What is Babcock? Is it a bar? I mean, I could use a Spark, to be fair, because thrust to weight ratio isn't really that important, but I just think a Terrier is kind of more fun. Well, what does it do to the Delta V? Duna ship. What is this? How does this affect our Delta V if we use a Spark? Oh, we gain 1,500 units. Oh, it's because, hang on. I think the staging went wrong, that's why. There we go. 3,097 units of Delta V versus 3,063. Oh, Coops again has sent me £10. Forgot to put a message last time. Notice me, senpai. Ah, thank you, Coops. 32100. That's very generous of you. If anyone thinks I'm being really like snarky with these things, I really try. I don't mean to. I just have apparently I just have a very sarcastic tone, and people don't think I'm taking the piss out of them, and I'm not. I remember like when I don't know if anyone saw the Collaboration Station series. And Beardy Penguin added his module, then sent it back to me, and I was like, "Oh, that's a nice module you made." And he was like, "Well, screw you! I worked really hard on it." And I was like, I was being genuine, man. He goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm just so used to you being sarcastic. I thought you were just insulting me." And I was like, "Well, okay, I guess." Okay, let's see. Can we add? Yeah, I don't know why I thought that would work. I mean, for the engine stage, we probably should use this opportunity to. So how much mass have we got so far? So we should probably use the engine stage as our solar panels, our power bus as well. So mass is now overweight, so what we'll do is we'll just take all that off. Mass is now massively underweight, so we kind of want an equilibrium between the two. What happens if we use that, oops, this tank here? Beautiful. We want it to be slightly underweight, so we can do this. I mean, we probably don't need extra, we don't really need extra batteries, but whatever. It's nice to have the wiggle room, isn't it? I mean, we can even have 3 solar panels at this point. I'm getting greedy now. But no, we're still within part budget. That was too much. Whatever. Just so we kind of have all sides of the ship covered. Engine and power. Whereabouts in England are you from, Matt Lowne? I'm from Newcastle myself. Sending love from the Georgies. Georgies. The Geordies. I'm from Leicester, personally. I live in Plymouth, though. But I lived in Sheffield for university. While I was at university. Okay. So engine and power. So that's about as close as we can probably get it. I mean, I could probably... Is there anything else I need to add? We could add communications, I guess. We don't really need to, though. I mean, given that it adds no weight, really. Oh yeah, how does it... Do I need a relay? I don't really need... I'm not using ion. Ion's boring, and everyone who's doing the challenge is doing ion. I refuse to use ion. Okay. So we've got the engine and power stage. Good. Whoops. Oh, for God's sake, I closed Chrome. No, I want to restore everything. Hang on. Technical issues. Please stand by. Okay. Oh. I think we're back. Okie doke. So yes, now we've got the engine and power. So I've already forgotten what I was doing. Let's see. Sub-assemblies. I keep clicking off the screen. I wish there was a way I could stop that. There probably is. I'm too lazy. Okay, sub-assemblies. Here we go. Here we go. Whoops. God damn it. There we go. Engine and power. So we've got the fuel, the engine and power. Now we just need a way of getting back onto Kerbin. I didn't think this one through. So what's the mass of this thing at the moment? Trying to think of the best way to do this, really. What we could do is this. How much does this weigh? So if we just add a parachute to one of the fuel tanks. Coops 3211 want to send me more money, saying use ion, but I'm going to have to ignore you on that, Coops, because ion is boring and nobody likes ion engines. You might think you like ion engines, but you're actually wrong. You don't. Don't worry, it's a common misconception. So we can just use parachutes there to re-enter. I mean, we don't really need parachutes, to be honest. Like, we have landed the lander. So let's just ignore that. Okay. So we've got the fuel buses, so we'll get rid of this now. Now we have a better one designed. Engine and power. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the challenge actually requires that we do 5 launches. So I mean, I guess we could have like a sort of command module stage. Don't need monopropellant. I mean, this is all now just for show, really. How much does this weigh? Quite under budget still. Now we're over budget. Coupling, junior. There we go. How are we doing for mass? Oh, we've got loads of room. So let's see. Now I've got to try and squeeze as much fuel as possible. So let's see. So what's that? We're still over budget. Okay, so we can't have that tank. Let's see if we can have a little tank. Is that now mass? So we're going to have to go right down. Oh. So there we go. Are we actually gaining delta V by having that the mass of that fuel tank there? Is that just being detrimental, if anything? 1835. 1835. So we gain nothing by having that fuel tank there, basically. Completely insignificant. So I mean, what? So what can we do to just? I mean, for show, we could just have like some communication stuff. Because a bit this, I mean, at this point, this module here is just for flash, basically, just for brownie points. It doesn't actually serve any purpose. It's just a nice little thing. I mean, I guess it does because it's like a landing stage, but whatever. We could have another parachute. No, we can't have another parachute. I mean, it's a bit ugly, isn't it? I just want to make sure this wouldn't. I just kind of want to make sure this can actually land on Kerbin safely. Let's do a quick test. Ugh. Actually, I've got a better idea. Oh, actually, whatever. We'll do that in a second. So let's just say we have a really stupid periapsis height. There we go. And then we'll just get rid of this. Just make sure that this thing can actually, you know, land safely. Okay, now let's see. Please stop saying "F you, use Ion." This is a Christian live stream, mates. Gosh, Coops 32100 is on fire. You've sent me too much. Please have it back. Okay. I'm out of water. Time for the vodka, I think. Okay. Well, this is fun. Are you not entertained? Should I say that song? Let's have a look at Jeb. Oh, he looks so happy. Whoops. There we are. He's breathing fire right now. This is oh yeah, I think one of my graphics mods glitched out yesterday. Oh, it seems to be working today. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Now have I got temperature gauges all enabled? Yeah, okay, good. Oh yeah, we've got a gauge showing up. So, how is everyone's Christmas? Where's the chat gone? There we go. Oh dear. This is fine. Deploy anytime now. And we can't see anything because of scatterer, so sorry. 8.8. Okay, so that's easy enough to safely do it. I'm just thinking actually what we could do instead of this. So this is like return v1. I was thinking as an alternative we could just do this. Oh, this is actually overweight. Oh yeah, because I did the engine, didn't I? Alternatively, we could do this. What's... First of all, how much does that parachute? Well, I'm thinking, right, we could just do this. Add a heat shield. Where's the thermal? There it is, yeah. And just have it as like a kind of re-entry pod. I think that's kind of a cool idea. We don't need that much ablator though. So what's the mass there? So can we just add that? Now, do you need a decoupler? I can't actually remember if you do. What's the challenge? Everyone asking what the challenge is. It's in the description, but literally at the top of the description. Now. I don't know if this has actually done anything. Yeah, it just removes the heat shield. Never mind. So, I mean, the mass is not too bad, to be honest. The shroud might actually weigh something as well. I just think this would be like a cooler, this would be quite a cool concept. We don't need it. We can use the Duna. We can just reuse the Duna lander, but I think this looks cool. This is kind of cooler to have a dedicated landing module. And how are we doing on mass? Overweight, good. That's what I like to hear. Okay, now we're underweight. So then we just find the happy medium. Now we need a thing actually. We need to put a thing there. Mass. 20. So you just trim that down a little bit. And get rid of these. Get rid of these. Ah, there we go. We can get that fuel back now. Je boy. In fact, we can have this thing back then now. Do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. I mean, having it on the lowest setting, literally, it just gives enough fuel to balance the weight of the fuel tank, and that's it. But it does provide nice structure for the parachute, so I guess we may as well keep it. Because one is, there's no... Oh my god, just tell me my phone doesn't run Reddit. Okay, fine, I'll post the whole goddamn description in the chat for people that... Your phone can run Reddit. It's 2017, how can it not run Reddit? But here we go. The challenge. There we go. Assemble a craft in low Kerbin orbit. Okay, there we go. There's now in the description, you can read it. Oh, and my PC has finished repairing itself. Let's see how much space we've now got. We've now got 33 gigabytes. Nice. I need to go through and sort that out. Okay. So this is, I think this is about as good as we're going to get for the return module, to be honest. So let's just add a thing. Ah, oh, for fuck's sake, I did it again. I just moved the mouse over a fraction. It just hits the X on Google Chrome. Okay, here we go. Okay, cover space room. Okay, here we go. What's the chat saying? It's 2018. Yeah, I said it's 2017, didn't I? Whatever. Okay, guys, we get it. It's 2018. Very good. What was I about to do? I've just completely lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah. So let's see. We just get rid... What have I done? What have I done? So now we've got a little bit of mass. Could have that. No, we can't. That was stupid. Communications? We don't need it, that's the thing. Whatever, it adds some legitimacy if we have it, I guess. Kind of just not even attached to the fuel tank. There we go. And wow, that's very cool. I like that. Anyway, that's part of a mod, so you can't use it. Yeah, I guess how much mass we got? We only got 2. Okay, we got no mass extra to play around with. So that's fine. Okay. So sub-assemblies. Return craft. There we go. Cool. Okay. And I can't do anything now. Oh, classic Reddit post, flooded space center. Okay, let's just build the ship again now. Now we've got something to go with. So we start off with the... No, we can't. So we're going to call the ship the Fedora, because this is a Reddit challenge. The SS Fedora. So we got launch number 1, launch number 2, launch number 3. No, what we should do, what would make more sense if we did it this way? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then launch number 5 is the engine and power bus. And I think you'll agree, we have ourselves a pretty nice craft, if I do say so myself. And then let's just check the delta V. So we want to disable crossfeed. And I think we've got too much delta V, if anything. Oh, actually, that's not very much at all now. Why stage 0 got so much delta V? I mean, this should be enough, right? I mean, there's one way to find out. Because we're going to have to test to make sure this works on the live stream anyway. So I'm not going to do the whole 5 launches thing on the live stream because that's going to be boring, I think. I mean, we can do that at the end. So we've got the things, Nothing else needs toggling with the action group? No. So then all we need to do now is take Jeb and go in the command pod, because that's facing the right way. And that's it, that's all we need to do. Cool. So now we need to package it up. This has been quite satisfying, actually. It's been quite relaxing doing this, because it's not a very difficult challenge. So it's just relaxing. Normally the challenges I try and do are quite infuriating. So it's kind of nice to just have something a bit more laid back. And there's no monopropellant. No, okay, cool. So payload now. There we go. Kind of a tall payload, but whatever. And then we'll just strap anything. I don't know. Don't really care. We'll try and do it like kind of legitimately by having a couple of stages. Thing is, I'm really bad now at gauging. I never use this kind of fuel tank size normally, so I'm not very good at gauging whether or not it's actually going to make it into orbit. I mean, that should, right? I mean, it's pretty... If I had a couple of SRBs, this will definitely be able to get into orbit. Well, I just had a couple of liquid fuel boosters. Now, kids, the way you stop the boosters from hitting the engine and blowing the thing up is just make sure they like end below the main engine. And you're fine. Yes, everyone, I know the challenge is 5 launches. Hence why I built this thing in 5 weird modules with docking ports. But in this stream, we're just going to test to make sure it works, because I recorded with fraps, so I have like higher quality raw data. But it chugs the game right down to a slow, unplayable frame rate. So it wouldn't be very good viewing for the live stream, which is why I'm just going to do it in 1 launch just to make sure it works. Okay. The Fedora is ready, I think. It's probably overkill. It looks overkill to me, but whatever. Don't really care at this point. There we go. I'm going to get some more water. Okay. And we are off. And this is way too powerful. What have I done? Look at the speed. So we're going to throttle ourselves right down. Because you don't want to go too fast in the lower atmosphere, because you just end up wasting fuel fighting the air resistance. So we can just go throttle right down. You don't really want to go faster than like 200 meters per second. Which is what I'm about to do. I'm gonna have a look. I'm not missing any super chats, good. So whatever, I'm now doing what I said not to do, but whatever. I've just realised that this is a very overbuilt rocket. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. It's fine, just ignore. Ignore this. This is fine. I meant to do this. I hate my life. What have we learned? That we didn't need these. It's lagging, is it? It looks fine on I'm like watching my own live stream here. It looks fine to me. Okay, yeah, we didn't need those side boosters. I should have added fins, shouldn't I? But whatever, I don't care. I'm just kind of also watching the chat now, make sure we're not getting more lag spikes. So I'm having to keep my speed up to stop myself from tipping. I mean, that's not really the best way of ensuring you don't tip over, but it is the most easy, so that's why. I'm gonna tip over, so I don't want to deviate too far from my prograde vector. I can just throttle right down, just follow prograde and throttle down. Okay, we should be high enough now where we're not going to risk tipping over, so we can just start flying flat, I guess. Doing a nice gentle gravity turn. It wasn't a very good gravity turn, to be fair, whatever, it worked. I will just accelerate. This has been a horribly inefficient descent, but whatever. Again, we're just making sure the rocket works. So we'll get to like an apoapsis of like 100,000. If you're lagging, you need to buy new Wi-Fi. I'm not using Wi-Fi, I'm using Ethernet. And I'm using good Ethernet as well. So there we go. Make sure we get into a nice orbit. Oh, sugar. A little bit higher than I wanted to, whatever. And I realise now that I haven't actually waited for a Duna transfer window. So never mind. Jeb will just have to wait. So we're going to start burning about 12.5 seconds before our maneuver node. So let's see, let's turn on these lights. And we can see our magnificent craft there. So we can deploy the solar panels and the antenna. That's a pretty nice looking craft actually. Oh. I'm actually really proud of this. Like it's not a very difficult to build craft, and it's not actually that impressive by any stretch of the imagination whatsoever. But I am really happy with how it turned out. Just get away from our poodle engine. There we go. So we probably don't have a very good transfer window for Duna because I've completely forgot that's something you actually need to do. Yeah, Duna needs to be 45 degrees ahead of us, so we need Duna to be like there. So we could eyeball it, or I could just use Kerbin alarm clock. So we want origin to Duna. 57 days, not too bad. Enable faster warp. Actually, I'm going to quick save as well because I usually mess up better time warp and end up going way past. There we go. Ain't that a beautiful thing? We go a little bit faster, give everyone an epileptic fit. Let's just go into the map view. So now Duna is about 45 degrees ahead of us, you see? So this is a good time to initiate our mission. So let's see. LKO Duna transfer window get. If you want to do custom quick save, it's Alt F5. Well, for me, it's Control Alt F5, I think, because I have programs that conflict with that. Okay. So we're going to go to our ship. We're going to create a maneuver node, probably like there. Drag it out. We can probably do the whole thing in one burn. We don't need to do 2 periapsis burns. And just like that, we have a Duna encounter. So now we've done that. We could make it more efficient if we wanted to, but I can't be bothered, so we're not going to bother. Okay, so how much fuel? We have loads of fuel. We've probably got enough fuel. Maybe, I don't know. Let's just wing it. So it's a 3-minute burn-ish, so we're going to start burning about 1 minute 30. Now actually what we can do... I'm an idiot. We could have done this we could have done so many things better. Oh well. I was just thinking, we should have added some sort of probe core to the engine stage so that we could ditch these empty fuel tanks. But whatever. Actually, it's kind of cool actually to keep the whole spaceship intact. Whatever, if it doesn't work, then we can look into making things better. And like I say, if we wanted to save more fuel, we could do this from I would be doing this from a lower Kerbin orbit. So, what was I trying to say? So we have an increased O-berth effect marginally. We could also do 2 burns at periapsis, not 1. So there are ways we could shave a little bit of fuel, and also we could just like dump some of these tanks once we're done with them. And in fact, we can actually reconfigure it using the lander. So I'm talking rubbish. We can reconfigure it. Actually, make sure that's yeah. Okay, good. And there we are. And then the last bit of the burn, I like to just do without the maneuver node because it does sometimes change. And here we go. Oh, beautiful. And that's about as efficient as you can get. Now watch me mess up the count. Oh, whatever. We'll just do a mid-course correction. So there we go. Duna bound 1. Seems like as good as any. And we're just going to go. So let's see, we'll make a new node like here, I guess. I don't know, it doesn't really matter too much. And we can save fuel by doing an air brake at Duna, by using Duna's atmosphere to get into an orbit. Again, we don't have to. We probably have enough fuel to not bother. But I'm thinking, if we save enough fuel, we could do like a cheeky Ike landing to get ourselves super mode or something. Or like a Minmus landing, I don't know. That's probably good, a good starting point. Whoops, took a Steam screenshot there. Now what's the chat? I'm going to start reading the chat and then just completely miss the menu node. Get a quick save there. So, aero capture versus aero brake. Aero capture. So aero capture is when you slow down from an orbital from a escape velocity into an orbital velocity, so you stop being on a Duna flyby and you just end up in a Duna orbit, while an aero brake is just slowing down with the atmosphere. I think that's the difference. So you're not necessarily, like, aero capture is much more specific. You're using the atmosphere to capture into an orbit, whereas aero brake is either lowering an existing orbit or just like slowing yourself down but still remaining on a flyby. I'm pretty sure that's the definition, or the difference at least. So I'd say that's a pretty good starting point. What's our periapsis there? 84. So we'll just lower that. Whatever. Duna bound 2. Nice. And then we'll alter our periapsis as we enter Duna's sphere of influence. Oh, thanks Optips, sponsor. Maybe for like, if people sponsor me, it will, like, in like my YouTube video, the next YouTube video, it will say like, you know, this was in part brought to you by Hot Tips. I should start doing that. I keep meaning to do like a Patreon supporter thing at the end. Because I feel like I don't do enough for my Patreons. Like, I feel like my Patreon rewards are pretty good. You get a newsletter every month. This doesn't mean I'm plugging my Patreon, but you get a newsletter every month. If you donate enough, I send you like a little VIP card in the post. Or if you don't donate quite enough to meet that threshold, you get a VIP card that I just made in Photoshop. You just get the PNG sent to you. Try this periapsis. So because our encounter was pretty much tangent to Duna, we won't need that much fuel to circularize. So where is Duna? Oh god. So we're going to just retract all the breakable stuff. And we're going to point retrograde. And then we're just going to coast. So we're pretty aerodynamic at this point. Just realised that my head went off the screen. If I feel like we're not bleeding off enough speed, we can just start pointing radially, but look, we should easily be slowing down enough. We are ascending now though, so what we can do, we just induce a roll. And you can see we're having more of an impact on our speed now. Are we going to circularize though? That's the question. Yeah, we're easily going to do it. Or maybe not actually. Oh yeah, easily. Easily done. Beautiful. So we're going to go up to our apoapsis. Oh, we've got a cheeky Ike encounter. In fact, we have an Ike assist out of the Duna system, which is not what we want. Wait, does it? Why can't I? Oh, it's got a time warp on. We're not actually going to end up getting that Ike encounter because we're going to lower our apoapsis again, so it will change our course. We might have a flyby, but I mean, that's not going to be too bad. So 27,000, I'm probably going to need to raise that now. So like, I don't know, 35, 34, I don't know. 39, that's probably too much, but whatever. We'll just make quick save 1 because we'll probably end up having to change it. Did we lose any ablator? Yeah, we lost 0.05 units of ablator, so nothing significant lost. And here we go again. Round 2, baby. So we'll probably should point forward so our ablative shield isn't taking as much heat. I mean, it shouldn't. Am I still doing blunderbirds? I am doing blunderbirds. Next, I have made the blunderbirds rescue ship for the next episode, but I feel like my last Kerbal video was blunderbirds, so I kind of want to do something else first. So blunderbirds will probably be next week, unless the Reddit challenge next week looks really good as well. I just really liked the look of this week's Reddit challenge, and a lot of people asked me to do more Reddit challenges. That's why I'm doing the Reddit challenge this week. Wow, I didn't do nearly enough arrow breaking there, did I? Whatever, we'll just do a quick burn. So we've actually, so what I could do if our fuel ends up being tight, I mean, we can dump this lander, which is going to get us a lot of delta V. What we can do is we can just dump one of these fuel tanks. Okay. So quick save again. We'll go up to periapsis, and we'll just lower our periapsis. I don't know, like 30. Now we're going to be like, that's going to be too much now, isn't it? Knowing me, world's worst professional KSP player. Okay. There we go. Oh, we've got a few more viewers as well. So now, whilst we're arrow breaking, I can actually read some of the chat. Tommy Story is quite now cause he knows he's dumb. Well, that's great, I guess. Let's keep it chill, guys. Come on, we're all friends here. Now, this is falling very fast. We're still 30 seconds from periapsis, so I may have been too aggressive with this arrow break now. God, this is intense. I don't know about you guys now, but... Oh no, because I'm an idiot. Yeah, the rate at which our periapsis falls will begin to slow down. So yeah, we're ascending now, so hopefully this might have been a perfect arrow break, whatever. People get annoyed when I pronounce it wrong. I'd say this is pretty good, actually. That's going to be at a good height, I think. That was my confident voice, by the way. I'm going to go to the toilet, actually, whilst nothing's happening. Goodbye. You don't get that in professional live streams where I just randomly get up. I love how I've got more viewers after doing that. Okay. I'm back. So, do you think I could risk doing an air break of the same height? I reckon I can. I reckon I can get away with it. Here we go. Who dares wings? Or wins, whatever the hell it is. We want a point prograde though. God, I'm so not used to playing this game at a nice frame rate, because normally Fraps just tanks the frame rate. So this is quite fun for me. Well, it's a fun. I mean, I have fun playing the game anyway, but it's just a bit novel to just have such a nice, consistent frame rate. So let's see. Did you orgy, Matt? Use OBS instead. Vastly superior. It's not. People always say, I did wash. Why is everyone saying you didn't wash my? I washed my hands. How do you even know? Oh, I messed up. There we go. Let's just keep. Never mind. Do you know what? We can do the rest of the circularization on engines. It's fine. So now, prograde. If anything, it's a good test to make sure this thing definitely has enough range, which it should do, in theory. Yeah, well, I know we've easily got enough to get back to Kerbin, but it'd be nice to see if we've got enough for Ike, maybe. There we go, 53. Probably a little bit higher, actually. 62, that's a good height. When I tested the lander, I tested it's like an orbit of 70 or 80, so we should be fine. There we go. So we'll aim for kind of a circular orbit of about 60. Okay, there we go. That's good enough. LDO. Nice. Whoops. Save. So now we can get Jebediah on an EVA and get him into the lander. And using the lander, we could actually reconfigure the whole ship, but if we wanted to save fuel. But like I say, I want to see first of all if we can do the mission without doing that. Okay, so there goes the rest of the ship. What I should have done before I did that. Can we redock? No. You have to get far enough away to redock. There we go, right. What I'm going to do first of all is just... I don't know if it doesn't really matter, but just for like an artistic standpoint, it might be cooler if we have everything deployed on the lander. Right, anyway. Now that's all out of the way. We'll make sure we're landing on the light side of the planet. Or the day side, I suppose. We want to be technical. Okay, and then I guess without further ado, actually not ado. Okay, and then we're just gonna enter Duna. OBS is the best platform for this medium. Right, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It's not like it is. It's a good all-rounder. But the absolute best quality footage is Fraps. I've used all of them. I've used Action, Bandicam, Fraps, Shadowplay, OBS, and the other big famous one. And Fraps just destroys all of them. None of them hold a candle to Fraps. The downside of Fraps is that it uses so much space. That's the issue with Fraps. Like, what is it? Like 1 minute of Fraps footage is like 50 gigabytes or something stupid. Which is why most audio programs have inferior quality because they just have like more manageable file sizes. So Fraps is a compromise, really. Little Ike set there. Have you and will you ever play Elite Dangerous? Yeah, I've got like 25 hours in Elite Dangerous. Sorry, I had a bit of mind blank then. I might have a bit of fudge. This is quality live stream content, isn't it? I love how I've started getting food just as I'm about to hit the surface. Oh, we're miles away, it's fine. What's our impact time? 2 minutes and falling. It's not real time 2 minutes. Delicious. I'm having to concentrate now. A little bit high for my liking. I kind of wanted to go land somewhere a bit lower just to ensure this thing can land from like sea level. Obviously it's not sea level on Duna, but you know. Cool. Duna landing. Oh, that's interesting. There we go. And then we're just going to quickly dock with our mothership again. So we'll just time warp to like here. Oh, that's probably a really bad place to do it, but whatever. And then we'll take off 0.90 degrees. And off we go. So I'm probably ascending way too steeply. We can probably be a bit more liberal with the W key. Oh, did someone just send me a super chat? Or was that just a string of emojis? No, it was a string of emojis. Never mind. Oh God. Jesus. There we go. Dear Matt, please can you be very nice enough to tell me the grand answer to my question. What is the name of the mod you downloaded for Blunderbirds? Blunderbird. Oh God, I was reading the comments, not the screen. Oh well. We got a lot of fuel left. Blunderbirds isn't a mod, so I'm not quite sure what your question means. The way I make Blunderbirds is I just find crashes on the subreddit. And then I just private message the OP and he's like, yo, can you send me the save file? Why am I not getting the conics showing up, by the way? Like, where's the encounter things? Have I done something here? Where's the conics? Patched conics limit 6, yeah. Hang on. Why is anyone know? Is this just a glitch? Whatever. We'll figure it out in a minute. Let's just get into space first. Set as target. It is my target. Oh, it wasn't my target. What was set as my target then? Because the orbit line was yellow. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, so we're like our target's miles ahead of us. So we're gonna have to catch up with it by getting into an orbit that's lower than our targets. And by getting a periapsis lower than our target, we have a shorter route around the planet, which actually puts us in the atmosphere, so that's not good. Damn, this isn't very good. It's not like we can switch to the mothership. So we'll probably have to do 2 orbits to catch up. But whatever. So we're going to start burning 12 seconds from the maneuver node. Whatever, 13 seconds. I'm basically just going to stop burning as soon as our periapsis leaves the atmosphere. So we're just going to watch that carefully. So 50,000 is the limit of Duna. Oh, Hot Tips has sent me something. Okay, yeah. He was just talking to someone else. I don't really get involved in the NVIDIA AMD camp thing. I mean, they both serve different purposes. I mean, the high-end stuff, NVIDIA is, like, undeniably superior. Last generation, so you go. So because we didn't quite catch up there, we just skipped the maneuver node ahead 1 orbit, and now we're getting pretty close. 5.9, 4.9. So we'll use this node here. And basically, what do we need to do? We need to tilt it up a bit to use the correct term. And then we'll use retrograde. That's not getting us closer at all. 5.4, 5.0, 4.9, 4.5, 4.2, 4.1, 2.9, 2.2, 1, point A. This is really riveting commentary track, I can tell. So that's 200 meter separation, which is pretty damn good. We can probably get a little bit closer. Oh, and oh. Oh, and there we go. It's as simple as that, folks. We have a separation of 0 for a 0-second burn as well. 7.9 meters per second. I didn't actually check if that actually puts us on a periapsis into the atmosphere of Duna. So we're going to have to do one full orbit. I mean, if it does put us into the atmosphere, it'll be very high up in the atmosphere, so it shouldn't have any meaningful effect. So what I'm actually going to do is this, because maneuver nodes can be a bit glitchy. We're just going to close that maneuver node and just watch, like using this. It's going to start burning. So you guys can see that, yeah? Oh. It's going to burn 90 degrees to get that back the way it was. Where's the 90-degree node? Did I just revolve too far? That's 45. I need 90. I'll just go over this way. Not 90, 225, that's why. 0.1, that's close enough. Quick save, point to retrograde relative to our target, and we'll just time warp around. I probably missed that window, but whatever. Where is it? There you go. All you need, Jesus. Okay. Sorry, I haven't been the most interactive with the chat because I was concentrating. But now we'll just burn towards the target. Nice and slow. Oops. This thing's got a really good thrust to weight ratio, so I misjudged it a little bit. Now obviously we can't switch to the mothership to point it towards us because it's got no probe cores or any means of controlling. We haven't got any SS wheels or pilots or anything on board. I mean, I guess we could put Jeb on an EVA. Oh god, I pressed Z. I thought I was pressing X. God damn it. Well, this has added some fun challenge, hasn't it? So we'll kill off our speed relative to the target, and let's try it again. But this time I'm going to quick save. So how do you still not use a joystick for 7? Do people? Is that like the most common way of playing the game? Because to me, using a joystick, I don't understand why that would be like a good way of playing the game. So we're going to set that as our target. Whoops, set that as our target. And then just spin around and let the magnets do the work. Oh. And there we go, folks. It's as simple as that. And we have 1600 meters per second of delta V. So easily enough to get back to Kerbin. Because look, we can just... How much would it cost to get back to Kerbin? Like, let's be generous and say I didn't get a very good transfer window. So 700 meters per second to get back to Kerbin. Which gives us about 1,000 units of delta V to play around with. So I reckon we can do this now. Let's be cheeky. Oh god. Let's just disable this engine. Before I end up pressing space as I lean forward or something. So what we're going to do now is this. Transfer that into that. Transfer this into this. That into that. That into that. I didn't need to do that. What am I doing? I'm an idiot. Never mind. So let's see. This is now completely empty, right? And it's still too full to put it all in the engine stage. And we can actually dump some of it in there, but that's fine. So what we're going to do now, we're going to get rid of this bit in the middle and see how much weight we save. So we've got 1639. Oh yeah, it says no fuel transferring, doesn't it? But I don't really know what that means. I think the fuel... He raises a good point. I don't think you can use fuel transfer. I don't think you can use fuel transfer for the Reddit challenge. Damn. I don't know if this counts though. I think the fuel transfer thing is mainly for when you're actually in LKO. That's what the fuel transfer rule is all about. But we might be able to do it. I mean, put it this way, we can easily do Minmus. But it'd be kind of nice to do like a tour of the Duna system. So we're going to get ourselves on a Ike encounter that pretty much puts us into an Ike orbit. So you can see here, the projected orbit from that Ike assist is going to almost put us on an orbit that matches Ike's. So it will take a minimal amount of fuel to circularize. And what we're going to do is we're going to transfer crew into that module there. So then we're actually controlling the ship from the right side. Just make sure though. Control from here. Yeah, okay. Again, there are much more efficient Ike encounters you can do, but I don't care. Yeah, so I think the rule is you're allowed to use crossfeed, which is why this setup is allowed. I specifically asked if this specific thing would be allowed, like you can launch multiple tanks to feed one engine, and that's fine. So I'm guessing the rule is that you're allowed to crossfeed, but not transfer. Nice. You can see here it's going to take like hardly any fuel to circularize there. We can probably get our periapsis lower though. Whatever. Yeah. This is a really inefficient Ike encounter. Oh, it's not an inefficient encounter. It's an inefficient means of getting there. Whatever. I don't care. Oh, for God's sake! I wasn't pointing in the right direction. Good enough. Alright. Because don't forget, it's going to cost us 0 delta V to actually land at Kerbin. And then this is going to take no fuel whatsoever. I'm just keeping an eye on that. We need 700 meters per second remaining in Duna orbit. Oh, someone sent me £5. That's too much. Do a series on sandbox mode, but settings are hardest, e.g. no quick saves or crew respawn and re-entry on 200%. I've thought about doing something like this, like gimping myself in a science playthrough, but it just makes boring. Like, the problem is you need quick saves for big missions because the game can just glitch out and then it's not your fault. I did used to play Iron Man mode, as in like no saving, when I played this game, like before I did YouTube and just played it for fun. Like, I still play it for fun, but you know what I mean? Like, played it purely for leisure rather than there actually being any kind of incentive. I mean, if I didn't still enjoy the game, I wouldn't still be making YouTube videos on it. So don't forget, our delta V is going to spike as soon as we ditch the lander. So let's see. We'll just pump all of that into there. Okay. And then Jeb can be transferred. LIO. Undock. Nice. And then no real reason to not burn now. Oh. I'm just going to quickly make a note of what we had, what we've done so far. Okay, so we want to increase the thrust. So again, we don't need to do a particularly efficient. Don't really know what a good time to start burning would be. Maybe like, what's our impact time? Where's impact time? Oh, whatever, I don't care. I mean, it won't take much fuel to slow down. Oh, someone gave me a super chat. Hard mode is LKO without fuel transfers. Yeah, that's exactly what I've done. We've done hard mode. We're now actually doing super mode by landing on Ike. What we've done, I wasn't doing a fuel transfer. I was doing fuel crossfeed, which is very much allowed. I know this because I asked specifically if this would be allowed. But yeah, it's just fuel transfer. So before I was going to just dump one of the fuel modules, and I think that would have then counted as crossfead. But I don't know if the no fuel transfer thing is just for when you're in LKO, or if it's just throughout any of the mission. So I thought I'd play it safe. There we go, on Ike, very good, jolly good. Right, let's dock again. I mean, there's no real reason to just not launch now, to be honest. Orbit, we're going to just basically burn flat. We can have plant flag. I don't want to plant flag because this is kind of still the practice mission. That's the thing. Oh, messed this up big time. So now we're ahead of the target. So if we just make sure our apoapsis is higher than the target's apoapsis, that should be probably a little bit higher. And then we make a maneuver node. That means that our orbit around Ike will be slower. So then we just make our maneuver node like this. So we probably want a little bit of a higher apoapsis. This means that because we've got a slower orbit, we'll end up letting the target catch up to us. And there we go. That's pretty good. Maybe a little bit higher on the apoapsis. I'm sorry I'm not really reading the chat at this point because I am just trying to do a good mission. Okay, that's a good... We've got something good to work with here. 4 kilometer separation. A lot of this is the tilt actually, isn't it? 2 kilometer separation. That was the wrong way. Oh god, this is miles out, isn't it? Yeah, I'm getting the tilt all wrong. What we'll do is we'll forget about the tilt. We'll fix the tilt on another angle, at a better angle. To be honest, that's fine though. 4 kilometers, we can probably just do that as is. God, it's chucking it down with rain outside, bloody hell. Okay. Get to it with a jetpack. I could do that, but I'm not a loser. I was about to say... Oh. I just realised what that guy meant when he said I did fuel transfer. Because we had to transfer into the lander to do this Ike landing, didn't we? What we could do is this. Don't worry, fret not. I have an idea. Ah, damn. We need to go back. What we need to do is go back. Not that far. Don't worry, guys. I got this. I got you, fam. Oh, hey, at least we can, like, correct our icon counter now. Is if we do this. We have enough fuel in the lander to land on Ike. And then we could just get back into orbit using the jetpack. Right? And that would work. Right, let me just... How much Delta V does it have? 500... Oh, it probably goes down when Jeb's in it, though. Ah, I hate this challenge. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the whole no fuel transfer rule, because... It is a bit of a weird rule, isn't it? I mean, Ike takes 400 meters per second to land on or take off from. And the Kerbin's EVA pack has 500 meters per second of Delta V. So I could land with the lander and then come back with the jetpack. But that's just something we'll do it on the night. For now, let's just get back to the Kerbal Space Center, because it's 7:30 and I do need to actually redo this mission when this live stream is over and film it and have it ready for sort of Saturday, and I'm out on Friday night, so I can't do it then. Can we get a Kerbin encounter? Probably not. I mean, I can overspend on the burn. That's going to be ridiculous, though, and it's way too much. Oh, we actually have enough fuel for that kind of encounter. We'll just quickly have to set an alarm clock. So I like using the mod Kerbal Alarm Clock to get transfer windows. Good. Duna to blood, my god, it's so rainy out there. It is a monsoon, ladies and gentlemen, a monsoon. Okay. Interesting content, I know. So we've got to wait 128 days for the Fedora to reach Kerbin. What am I doing there? Duna to Kerbin. So we're going to use faster warp from the mod. I'm not going to give everyone an epileptic fit, so we're just going to sit in the map view. And, well, we're just going to time warp, I guess. So if anyone has a question, now's your chance. People were saying earlier, I did see it, but I wanted to address it properly. The mod for Blunderbirds, I don't know. It's like it's the near future pack. I think it's near future spacecraft. It's like you can get near future propulsion, near future electricity. It's all part of the near future. I'm not actually using any of that mod for the mission, but the craft I'm rescuing uses parts from that pack. So in order for me to load that save file, I have to install the mods. Oh, blood. God, I'm sorry, everyone that has epilepsy. But you know what? It's time for another bit of fudge, I think. We're eating Jack Daniel's fudge. Mmm. Delicious. I'm now making sure that I don't start reading the chat and then miss the... I mean, Kerbal Alarm Clock normally just kills the time warp anyway, but sometimes better time warp can mess with these things. That's a fine, though. Open the... So you guys can see the resource panel. Let's actually do. Let's do this properly. And then there we go. Oh. So it's actually easier to get a Kerbin encounter than it is to get a Duna encounter because Kerbin has a bigger gravity well. So just going to pull on that marker. And then we're just going to kind of, oops, just play around with it until we can get a nice, oh, there. It's in theory easier to get a Kerbin encounter. Oh, there we go. That was it. That was the one. Beautiful. So, without further ado... Oh god, I missed it. Never mind. It's not a huge loss. Am I a nurse by profession? I'm not, that was. I shouldn't have said that so condescendingly. I just found it amusing because I don't think I've ever alluded to being a nurse. I'm not a nurse. I just find it curious that you thought I was. But not that there's anything wrong with being a nurse. That came across as really. I was like, that was a bit of a mean thing to say. I could never be a nurse. Bloody hell. I'm not cut out for nursing. I'm just a lowly optician. Okay. Now let's sort out this maneuver. It's because I didn't burn at the correct time. Where's Kerbin? Seriously, is that? There it is, yep. I know how to play this game, trust me. Just gonna do a quick adjustment. I mean, this is fine. That's fine. That's a fine encounter. Okay, so now we just need to make it there. So let's just go to the map screen. Oh, kill the time warp. We don't need to be that accurate, to be honest. Because we're talking about such long distances. A couple of days doesn't make a difference. I don't know, do nurses even, like, work with cadavers at university? I think nurses actually work on... I mean, most people think I'm a doctor based on that. I mean, my degree was at the medical school, but it wasn't in medicine. I did actually think about doing medicine. Being a doctor. How would that sound? A Dr. Lowne. But I'm way too selfish to be a doctor. And I like having a life. Okay, so we're pretty much good at this point. Yes, nurses wash this. Yeah, but I literally did the story that it was at medical school when I was a student. Why would I need to wash them? I'm not going to do any more. Hello, Kenkwa Menkwa from Russia. I thought about doing a PhD though, but again, it's a lot of work. Like, maybe I'll do a PhD. I probably will end up doing a PhD at some point. I'm having pressure from my work to do it. And I do quite like, I don't like statistics, which is a huge part of PhDs. Okay. Why can't I oh, it's because I'm in time warp still. Oh. So we're pretty much just ready for re-entry. Oh, that was interesting. QX Files music. Use on the KSP console version. It's coming soon. I mean, I don't really know that. The devs don't tell me as much as they used to. I know stuff that I'm not allowed to share, so I won't. But nothing's coming soon. Put it that way. I genuinely don't know about the console release. I know a bit about making history, but again, I'm not allowed to share it. How are we doing for electric charge? Yeah, I've got loads. And a ablator. It's pumping down nicely. So we're probably gonna have to do it. We're gonna do another pass, aren't we? So we'll turn off SAS to save on power. And now we're going slow enough. And like this thing is fairly aerodynamic as it is, so we shouldn't need SAS. Bit anticlimactic that we're landing at night, so you can't really see what's going on. Hopefully you can. I mean, we haven't actually done the... I haven't actually done the challenge, really, because the challenge was to do it in 5 launches, which is not what I've done. But don't worry, children. The fun is just beginning. Because I was thinking, to make it like a cooler thing, we'll do it with an SSTO, and we'll just refuel the SSTO every time. Actually, no, I can't be asked. I've already done that. I've proven I can do it. It's too much effort to do it again. But we do need to assemble. We do need to craft the orbital tugs. I'm trying to think of the best way of presenting this as a video. Well, I don't know. I'll think about it closer to the time. So now we just settle down and wait for impact. I'm gonna go to the toilet again. I've just been drinking. I've like 3 pints of water this live stream. Talk amongst yourselves. And looks like we landed perfectly. Did the heat shield get destroyed? It didn't. We used the perfect amount. You can see, interesting little thing, in case nobody knew this. If we go to daytime. Look at that. It's like they turn black once you've used all the ablator. Which is kind of neat, I guess. There we go. Guys, you're like 5 years old writing FAP in the chat. What's this? Okay. So now I've established. Now I just come up with an interesting way of getting it into orbit. So first things first, we'll have to design some sort of tug just to move it around LKO. I mean, there's no need to underbuild the tug. Let's see. I don't know, we'll have a decoupler, I guess. We don't need a docking port. And what we can do is this. Da, da, da. Because then we can just have it like recoverable. It like lands itself. For no reason whatsoever, because it's a sandbox game, but I don't know, just adds another layer of challenge, I suppose. If I had more time to do this, I would probably make this like a Falcon 9 style thing where I recover everything. Or do this in like an SSTO, a bit like my SSTO space station, where the SSTO lands, I literally just refuel it there and then using a truck and load the cargo in manually. But I just literally don't have time. This challenge ends on Friday or Saturday, so I have to get the video done for then. This is the problem. I get one of the lol comments I get on my Discord a lot is, oh, Strats and Blitz and Brad Widstons are better than you. And it's not, I'm not saying that I am. They aren't, or that I'm better than them. It's just the fact that I have to stick to, because I upload every week, I just don't have time to do these massive scale missions. Like, I'd like to do more big scale missions, but I kind of picked upload schedule over sort of mission scale, if that makes sense. Like every month or so, I like to have at least one really tough mission, which I feel like is very Strats and Blitz-esque. Like, I feel like the SSTO to Elu and Lathe with no refueling was pretty damn impressive. And obviously my 60-seat Elo SSTO that didn't use mining, at the time especially, because when I uploaded that video, no one had ever made an Elo SSTO that had a capacity of more than 1. And so in fact I made a 60-seat one with no mining. I felt was pretty big. But the thing is, because my channel's so saturated, people don't look at that, you know? Okay. So I think that's a pretty decent tug, right? It's very overbuilt for what it needs to be, but whatever. I guess we could even just add some monopropellant, I guess. Make sure this is the stock one. Yeah, it is. Oh, it doesn't need monopropellant. We don't need monopropellant. Tug. And that's it. Then we just need to build the rocket that's going to get it all into space. Disable the shroud. Build some sort of little structural tank just to make sure the payload fairing is clear. These are ridiculous. Oh, whatever. The Mars lander will stick out more than that though, won't it? So now we'll just build out the rest of the rocket, which doesn't need to be much. Oh no, let's say that for the insertion stage. I mean, I'm just winging it. I don't ever look at I don't ever look at the chat, but I don't ever look at kind of whether or not the rocket's overbuilt. Like, how big does the rocket need to be to get 2 tons into orbit? I feel like this is already more than enough. I feel like this is probably overbuilding it. So, I mean, it's nice to know that all the modules are the same weight. So we know that if it works for one, it'll work for all. Let me just see this. Duna lander. Let's just save this as a sub-assembly as well. Oh no, just stick anything there. That was a poor choice though. Anything other than that one maybe. There we go. Just so we can set it as the root part. Lander. I'd say that's pretty good. Phase 1. Now I just need to make sure this launches. Off we go. Well, this was a success. Oh, no, never mind. It is getting there. This is ridiculous. I'm glad this is making your day. Okay. Let's just stick a couple of SRBs on. Don't need to do anything fancy. I mean, fleas will probably be enough. Whatever. I quite like the hammers though, because they look a bit cooler. And that's literally it. That's the only reason. Okay, take 2. Who's ready? So we've kind of gone from one end of the spectrum all the way to the other, haven't we? So I probably should have toned down the thrust level, shouldn't I? I mean, to be honest, I feel like this has way too much delta V. Like, way too much. We probably don't need this many fuel tanks. Thing is, it's been so long since I designed a ship like this minimalist. I have no idea how big it needs to be. I like literally only design SSTOs or just really big rockets. I haven't designed one like this to this scale in ages, so I don't know if this is too big or too small or what. I mean, I could look at the delta V total, but I'm too lazy, which adds another interesting dynamic, doesn't it? I can already tell we've probably not got. I don't think we've got enough fuel. Looking at that already. Well, let's just see how far we get, and then we can work out. Based on how far we get, we can work out what we need to do. Magic Potato, I won't give you a shout out. Well, our delta V is rising, so this is good. We don't really want to go any faster than 200 meters per second. And we don't want to deviate too far from the prograde vector, otherwise we'll start flipping because we've not got tail fins to help keep us under control. So as long as we roughly follow the prograde marker, we should be okay. Yeah, we've got nowhere near enough fuel, have we? Well, it was an interesting thought experiment anyway. We really don't need that much more though, do we? Let's face it. I mean, I could just add more fuel tanks to the main stage and then use a vector engine. But I feel like that would be way too easy. And I feel like in the spirit of this challenge is that it's like kind of an economical mission. So it seems a bit silly. That's cool, isn't it? That's a cool idea for a piece. Anyway. Where is it? Getting nostalgic for like my early days of KSP. Just going to do an asparagus, or I guess onion setup. I guess it's not quite enough for it to be asparagus. There we go. Let's try this. See, I need kind of a happy medium. We keep getting either a rocket that's way too powerful or not powerful enough. I've had a pretty cool idea actually for changing this mission a little bit, because as you know, we brought way too much fuel. So I could just replace one of the fuel tanks with a rover or something. I don't know, what do you guys think of that? I feel like I could probably get, when I do this properly, I'll pick a better landing site on Duna, do a more efficient landing, and make sure the lander has enough to do an Ike landing. It would need an additional 800 meters per second of fuel though to get back into low Ike orbit though, that's the issue. So what's an onion setup? I just kind of glanced at it and saw. So asparagus is when it's like every fuel tank feeds into the next and drop off in sequence, a bit like the stock vessel Kerbin X. Onion staging is just when all the peripheral tanks feed into the central tank and they all detach together, if that makes sense. So say you had 6 boosters around the main one. At asparagus setup, that'll be the first 2 feed into the next 2, and then 2 drop off, then 2 drop off, then 2 drop off, then the main stage drops. In onion, all the 6 peripheral ones feed into the main, and all 6 drop off together. I'm doing a horrendous flight, by the way. This is not very efficient, but whatever, it works, so I don't care. And yeah, we now have a ludicrously overbuilt rocket. Oh well. So we'll go for like an orbit of 10 kilometers ish. And then we'll just circularize. That's pretty good. And brilliant. The tug has separated both sides, but whatever, we didn't need it to. So let's just make sure the tug can survive re-entry. Let's just get that thing out of the way. There we go. What graphics enhancements? It's stock visual enhancements, stock visual terrain, environmental vision enhancements, and scatterer. Ugh. Yeah, this thing is overbuilt and a half, isn't it? It's ridiculous. Oh well. Why did I have to make it unsymmetrical? Because I don't like you. I don't conform to society's standards of rocket design. Thing is, I'm kind of annoyed about how overbuilt it was. Say a bad space pun if you see this. I mean, I'm not very good at coming up with puns on the spot. I think I would normally have to plan it. So this is something I forgot to think about. Was that it's not going to land on the correct side, is it? I mean, to be honest, we don't really need the tug, do we? In all honesty, why did I feel the need to add the tug? I guess, yeah, because we need to actually orient the pieces in the correct position, don't we? Well, we didn't need half that fuel, did we? So that's fine. And what we'll do is we'll have it separate using separatrons so that it actually puts itself on a deorbiting course once you detach it. There we go. And before I forget again, we'll make it symmetrical to appease the person that was complaining about it. That's a pretty much incredibly overbuilt, but we're fine. So now what's left to do is just make it a clamshell because that's obviously much cooler. And there we go. So let's see. We'll call it 1A. So let's see. Lander phase. So the lander would have to be the first phase, wouldn't it? Because it's the only one with no docking port on one side, apart from the engine phase. But I guess it doesn't really matter too much. I mean, logic would dictate we'd start with the engine stage. So actually what we should do is set this as the route. So that we can do this. Maybe not them. I was going to say, hang on. Quick intermission. We need to do this. Then set this as the route. And then now we can do this. Just because it'd be nice if the lander was the final stage so that when Jeb gets sent up, he gets sent up last. Lander reversed orientation. So it's gay, not straight. Okay. Let's save. Let's see, lander phase. Where did I put it? Did I just not save it? I assumed I did. Oh, whatever, it auto-saved. Not enough, though. Oh, god damn it. I should have saved it. I've just realised what I've done. Mistakes have been made, guys. Gosh, dingle darn it. There we go. Sub-assemblies. Land, there we go. Just because it'd be nice if the lander was the last module to be added, which means that the docking port will have to be facing, be free, basically. But there we go, that's good. So the reason I went with the decoupler, A, because it's a bit lighter, but also it means that I don't have to remember to disable crossfeed, which I will forget to do. Okay, so there we go. So actually this is like phase 5. Phase 1 will be the engine. And like logically having the engine phase first makes sense to me. I don't really know why. Engine and power. Yes, but we need to phase 1. Phase 2 and 3, 2 to 4. Wait, so phase 1, phase 2, 3, 4, phase 5. Yeah, that's fine. So I don't know what I was thinking about there. I was miles away. Nice. Okay, cool. Now before we finish up, just because I'm worried I might have messed something up, just going to make sure those sub-assemblies all fall within the 2 ton. Oh yeah, damn, I need to add the return craft as well. So where is it? Phase 2 to 4. Phase 2 and 3. Let's just do this. Phase 2. Then phase... Actually, no, it needs to be phase 3. And phase 4. And then phase 2. No, that was right. And then phase 4 would be... I'm trying to remember which way around we built it. Phase 4 would be this. I forgot about the return craft stage. Good, the fairing is still big enough to encompass it, so we're fine. Phase 4. There we go. And then we can just delete that one. So we got phase 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now I just want to make sure that everything is the right weight. Well, this near future is, it's not giving me a little stump. How is it giving me a little stump? Hot tips. It's it just caused me a I just didn't think when we were in it. So yeah, we're under 2 tons there. And then someone sent me $10. Thank you very much, Landon Moranty. You can't have my baby now though. The price has gone up since I said it cost $10. Brexit is hitting us all, I'm afraid. It's now $10 million. I was shocked by the rate of inflation as well, but what can I do? I don't make the rules. So this is also under the 2 tons. Good. And it doesn't really matter what part we use to attach them. Whoops. What was I? Yeah, we've done the lander, fuel bus. Also under 2 tons, nice. I mean, this all adds up to be quite a significant amount of weight we've like... Oh, for God's sake, I've closed everything again. There we go, right, but whatever. Everything back online, good. Everything's just coming back. Okay, and engine and power is one we've not done, isn't it? And that is also under 2 tons. Good. Good. Now what I think would be cool is this. Let's do, I've got it. I've got how we're going to do this. Watch this. It's not actually that impressive, but it's a cool idea. Do you guys know what I'm doing yet? You'll get it in a second. You'll get it in a second. Oh. You guys will love this. Damn. Let's try that again. Oh, it looks dumb. Let's just do this. Auto strut. There we go. Auto strut that bad boy. Now we go to all the phases again. I should have done it this way actually. So just to speed things up. Just to speed it up quickly, I'm just going to add another sub-assembly. Next person in the chat will have it named after them. Pokerface Productions. There you go. Doesn't really need to be called anything. And then just put everything back where it was. Phase 1. Oh, I'm such an idiot. I did this the wrong way around. Sorry, Pokerface. I'm a moron. Let's try this again. There we go. Right. Phase 2. Phase 3. I did it upside down again. It's dumb, isn't it? Whatever, we'll just build it out every time. I know why. I'll fix it again this time. Wait, hang on. Nope, that was wrong. Now this is the way we do it. This is how we do it. One more time. There we go, right, okay. Now we can get back to doing things. We have to keep changing the route though for make it work. Phase 3. Phase 3. There's a phase 4. I actually didn't need to do 2 separate things for the fuel buses, did I? Oh, well, whatever. Phase 4. And then finally, phase 5. Nice. So this was dumb. Let's just get rid of these. Okay, then we go. Phase 1. Phase 2. Phase 3. Did anyone not know this was what I was going to do? Phase 5 makes sense for it to be the middle. And phase 4. Look at that. I almost wonder if we could launch them all at the same time. But I've tried doing this before and it's more infuriating than it's really worth. I mean, if I had enough patience, I could do it, but I just can't be arsed. So I won't. I'm such a good role model, aren't I? Right. There we go. It doesn't add anything to it, but it just means that you can kind of see all the rockets on the launch pad. So as we've got that one there, this one here. So they've got the 2 fuel things either side. Engine stage, transfer stage, main stage. Okay, cool. Now we just need to sort out... Oh, god damn it. Now we just need to sort out all of this. So we want phase 1 to go first. So this one here. Then we want phase 2, which would be this one here, maybe. I don't know. Doesn't matter. That one there. Then we want phase 3, which would be this one here. And then always phase 4, that one there, then phase 5. Now we need to work out the end. We'll do the central ones first. That one there. Shall they all go together? Then we want... So which one's that? That one there. This is riveting content, I'm sure. I'm sure. That was phase 2, right? Yeah. And then this one here. Nice, and then we'll do it again. Let's just do it from the beginning. So phase 1. None of the other things will need staging like this. It's just the engines and the clamps. That was phase 2, wasn't it? Phase 5 will be there. That's phase 4, isn't it? Yeah, phase 4. This is where I realise I've done something wrong on the rockets and I need to change all of this, but hopefully they won't come to that. And then, oh, nearly got it wrong. And then that one there. And also we only want a crew in the lander cam. Oh, well, Beta's here, nice. Just as the view count starts to fall. Okay. So we've got no monopropellant, which is good. It means I've not forgotten anything. Just waiting for auto strut to shake this thing to pieces, but looks like we're going okay. So let's experiment. Phase 1 is away. Phase 2 is away. Phase 3 is away. Phase 4 is away. And phase 5 is away. I should probably... What was blowing up exactly? The stack decoupler was blowing up. Oh, so there's nothing I can really do about that anyway. Oh well. So, I mean, I can see if I can fly all of them, but it's probably not going to work very well because I left it so long between each launch. This is fun, isn't it? Oh, nearly started tipping it over. Oh, it's all gone wrong. We didn't need that one. We didn't need it. Of course it's the one with Jeb in it. I mean, generally, it didn't go that well, did it? Okay, whatever. I was mainly doing this to make sure all the staging was right. Now let's just see if there was an alternative. Where's the... Okay, 2000. And what's the thing for this one? It's the same. I wonder if it would still explode if we had a Clampatron. So I don't know, let's just set it to like 8. Just as a test. I could use burn together, but I can't be arsed. So that's phase 2, right? So we'll just throttle down for the deployment of phase 1. Oh god. Why did that one start thrusting? Did it just change all the staging when I did that? Da-doy. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Of course it did. Thank you, Kerbal Space Program. Actually, that makes sense. So what I'll do is I'll just bind this to the stage key. Because like I say, if this is only just me checking to see if it actually overheats the part. Dun 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 dun. Okay, I'm going to throttle up and stage. It still blows up anyway, so it doesn't. Don't matter. Don't matter. Oh, I didn't want to load the autosaved version. I wanted to load just the normal version. There we are. Maybe we can change the... I think that's fine. That's a good. What I'm actually going to do as well is I'm going to bind all the fairings. But there we go. It's not a hard mission, but it was fun. I'm pretty satisfied with the way this turned out, actually. We're going to call it there, I think. We'll end on a high. Whoops. Not that one. There we are. We'll end it on a high. No, this is all in the wrong... We'll end it on a high, I think. I need to go away and actually film this now. And, you know, get the thing ready for Saturday. So there'll be a music video and a commentary video of this mission, obviously. But thanks, everyone. We had quite a good audience size, actually. I don't normally get this many viewers. I'd like to do more live streams. It's something I've wanted to do for a while, so this is now the opportunity. So let's just go over the super chats, make sure I didn't. So yeah, thank you again, Michael2K. Gave me a lot of money. Creeper Studios, again, thank you very much. Nice vids, hope this helps you out. Thank you very much. Was Apollo just Hollywood movie, was it real? I think we already talked about this. Thank you again. Hot Tips, huge kudos to Hot Tips for sponsoring. Then we've got Coops, a fellow Brit, and Epic Concord, who asked, mate, do you work for Babcock in Plymouth? I don't know what that is. What does it mean to you? Are you still in the chat? If you're still in the chat, let me know. Epic Concord. I'm going to Google this quickly. Babcock International? What is Babcock International? Is it pub? I don't know. Right, did I miss it? I might have missed it now. If you reply, like, at Matt Lowne in it, bro, I just saw that dildo on you. I can't even put anything under my bed. It's really annoying. It's like a box bed, so it means you can't have anything underneath it, which I don't know why you would design a bed like that, because it's really useful having under-bed storage. Whatever, you can't have everything, I guess. Anyway, then Coops sent me £12. Thank you very much, Coops32100, who asked, notice me senpai, so you have been noticed. And then he demanded I use Ion engines. Remember that phase of the stream when everyone got annoyed with me for not using Ion, but whatever. Then Landon Mority sent me $10, asking if he got my babies. Unfortunately, Brexit affected that. So, Poker Face Productions 101, thanks for the best live stream ever. You've obviously not seen many live streams if you think this is the best one ever, but thank you very much. I don't know if this is because you had a ship named after you, but whatever. Yeah. There's not much more. I'm not going to drag this out any longer because, you know. Discord Space Station is going to be designed on a live stream. That's what I've decided. So I'll probably do that next week. It depends how far along I get with the Blunderbirds video. It's because I've got to do a Blunderbirds video for next week. And obviously I'm doing this challenge for this weekend. And I'm actually away for quite a lot of next week. I'm at university for 3 days in London, studying for a course. So I would be struggling to do anything next week in terms of live stream or Discord Space Station. So I'll try and do something next week. I can't guarantee it. So it's just a case of seeing as and when. But I want to get it done in January. We're going to set that as a thing. So kind of design the station in January. Hopefully get the video up for January, but if not, February. Hopefully no later than February. No, I'm going to say categorically no later than February. But I wanted to get it right. This is the first kind of big... I don't think anyone's ever done a subscriber interaction series on this sort of scale. So I want to get it right. So I want to make sure we don't rush it. So the problem is when I did the challenge, I didn't really think it through, and I was actually in the process of moving house at the time, and I really didn't have much time dedicated to making videos. So let's just wait till I moved house. And I had a lot of stuff happened in my life during that time, so I was very caught up with not being able to do YouTube. So I'm back now, pretty much. So we will do it at some point. And on that note, goodbye. Gotta find OBS stop stream.